Welcome back to the fourth segment of the video reviewing the book Last Mughal Warrior in Love. When Zebunissa expresses her concern to her mother and said, "What if Aurangzeb finds about the conspiracy? He will kill her mother and Zebunissa herself because they knew how cruel Aurangzeb was." But her mother assures her that this plan has the blessing of the emperor. If at all Aurangzeb finds it out, the emperor will intervene. Then, as usual on the previous occasions, Aurangzeb goes on hunting expedition and takes Hira with him. They find three vipers in the bed, and Aurangzeb kills them. They also find three people who were appointed as the people to kill Hira. Aurangzeb kills all three of them. But it registers in his mind that this was a conspiracy hatched by somebody. He abandons the plan of hunting. He goes back to Aurangabad. He calls his friend Akil Khan and tells Akil Khan, "You take all the 200 people who accompanied us to the hunting, make them prisoners, whosoever they may be, and kill them if necessary, and but ask them if they knew about this plan of assassination of Hira." Akil Khan tries to convince Aurangzeb that this kind of genocide is not necessary, and Aurangzeb should change his plan. Aurangzeb says to him, "If you do not do it, you will be beheaded." Ultimately, they all 200 people are killed, but nobody opens mouth as to what happened there. Later on, Hira becomes pregnant and she dies at the time of delivery. She delivers a son, but who is not alive at the time of birth. Aurangzeb goes into mourning, which several places in the book, it takes many pages in the book to describe his sorrow, his mourning, his love for Hira. The book also talks about the two wars which Aurangzeb was involved in. One was his attack on Bijapur and his attack on Qutub Shahi king. Qutub Shahi king dies, and his son, who is a very young 18-year-old prince, who really takes over, and Aurangzeb thinks that he can easily win the war and annex the kingdom of Golconda to his Suba. Similarly, he thinks about annexing Bijapur. The book writes about his skills as a warrior. He is about to win both the wars, but under the directions of his father, he had to withdraw. So he gave the kingdom, those three, those three kingdoms back to those kings, and this leaves a very bad taste in his mind that while emperor was encouraging Dara to expand his kingdom, but he had different rules for Aurangzeb. Anyhow, the death of Hira changes Aurangzeb very much to a point where he wants to take revenge. He thinks that somebody got her killed. He writes to his father. He plans an attack on Agra, and first he tries to win Murad, his younger brother, on his side. He was the uh, governor of Gujarat. He also tries governor of Bengal to be on his side, but he reluctantly refuses to Aurangzeb. However, in the end, there is war where Aurangzeb cuts the water supply in the Agra fort, and due to which Shah Jahan had no other option but to surrender. He imprisons Shah Jahan and Jahanara and goes out looking for Dara. Ultimately, near to Ajmer, he finds Dara, Dara, and then he takes him as prisoner. The book has also beautifully written about Ajanta Ellora caves, where Aurangzeb and Herat spends time together. As an ending note in the book, it says that it took John Smith almost a century before he really explored those caves. There is a mention about that despite her love for Hira, he still makes a mausoleum of his senior wife, and this is can be seen in Aurangabad now. It is called Biwi Ka Maqbara. The book is beautifully written, and I think that it shows an aspect of Aurangzeb which is not in the books, in the pages of history. I will at some other video cover the other book by Aditi Mukherjee, and that book is Love in Times of Terror. Thank you for watching this video.